we've had 2 test matches already, and I think that from match 1 to match 2, we progressed and grew a little bit, and then to use each match a little bit to get us obviously more match fit, but to also put to practice a little bit more clearly what we want our style of play to be. So the enthusiasm in the group and the concentration for good training and good work has been really good. And then I think we've also enjoyed having our team together, to being away from home, being around the surroundings. We had a beach walk today and saw some surfers, and just enjoying what Australia has to offer. And must say also that the people here have been so welcoming and friendly and open and excited to have us here. So all in all, really, really good first 2 days.
On that, I also got a nice welcome from Brisbane Roar's coach Warren Moon outside. And,
yeah.
I'd love to know what you shared in that conversation, but also
yeah.
I guess a reminder of the gravitas the Premier League club has coming on a global tour as well.
No, I mean, Warren was nice enough to talk about, that he's seen some of the things I've done online and the way our team plays. We talked a little bit about the challenges he has, the challenges we have. We're going to talk a little bit more after this and maybe get into a little bit more football ideas. But yeah, I can see that he's a serious guy and inquisitive. And I've watched the team. I've already looked at some of the things that we need to prepare for the match tomorrow night. And we expect a good match and a well-coached team.
I just want to ask about, there's a great synergy between Australian and American football, and you've obviously been a pioneer for your country going into the Premier League and being a trailblazer there. Much like anyone for us goes overseas.
Yeah.
Like Ange Postecoglou in Scotland, for example.
No doubt.
Can you tell us a little bit about that pressure of being that pioneer, the responsibility you feel, breaking through barriers like you do?
Yeah, I mean, I get that question often, and I usually try to say that I don't really attach anything I do to any historical value, and more just stay in the moment and try to do the best job I can for the teams that I work for, and to represent the club, the team, the players, everything in the way that and the fans certainly, in the way we want that to be. And the better I can do that, then the more I think that I can hopefully help the sport progress back home and give other American coaches an opportunity. We talk about Ange. I'm a big admirer of his. I think the work he's done here in Japan and now in Scotland has been really, really good. What a great first year he had with Celtic. I love seeing people challenge themselves, have clear ideas, have teams that play in a very distinct manner, and then, stay to the identity that they want to represent. And so wherever you're from, whatever style you have, if you can have an identity, I think that is inspiring.
Jesse, after the dramatic end to last season where you guys, stayed up, I guess you coming in later towards the end of that sort of season. So how much better is it for you now to have had the whole pre-season and sort of, to plan, and, what's the sort of goal for Leeds this season?
Yeah, well, first, after the first day of training, I had the feeling that I was really thankful to come when I came. And I said publicly that I didn't want to go at that moment. But we're so far ahead in what our process would be if I would have come in summer versus when I came at that point. And it wasn't like it was a done deal that I was coming in summer, but there were those kinds of discussions. And I think that what's been nice is to actually work with the group in a way where we're not under constant pressure to perform at every weekend or every third day, and we can focus more on our process. But it's not like we're starting from square one. We're starting from square 10 maybe, or step 10, and we want to get to step 1,000. So I feel like the work's been really good. Working with this team and this club has really brought a lot of passion out of me, because the people are so great. The players are so adaptive and eager and hungry. And I think the potential for us to grow and have a really good season, we all, I think, are very hopeful and optimistic at our chances. It's a little too early to start to talk about what the end goal is for the season, but certainly we would think that we can put together with the new players we have, with the existing process that we have, a season where we are avoiding putting ourselves in the situation that we were in towards the end of last year.
On Thursday night, and then again on Sunday. How many will you use? Sort of, like old school, two sort of, maybe different teams, or
the demands for what's necessary for each player is a little different, but certainly we want to, again, fitness-wise, move each player along so that we're closer and closer to 100%, and then also reinforce all of the tactical themes. And that's been, if you look at the end of last year, we were introducing tactical themes, but it was so much about just managing the game to get as many points as we can. And really, I hate that, right? I'm much more about a process and developing a team the right way, and I'm less about trying to win right in the moment. But relegation demands that you do that. So I'm proud of our team for the way that they performed. I'm proud of the team for the way they stuck together. And now we need to play better football and maintain that mentality and belief and commitment from the group. And we will. We will.
Yeah, Patrick Bamford made only 9 Premier League starts last year. How's he looking at the moment, and will we see him against Brisbane Roar tomorrow?
Yeah, physically he's looking good. So that's a real positive. And then, I've had several talks with him to say it's been 9-10 months really since he's been an active professional footballer. So we have to build a process for him that takes it step by step and doesn't challenge him physically too much too early. And for me, it's less about his injury and more about just his entire body adjusting to high-level performances again. So I think we're in a good way. I think he's really excited to be back, and he's had a really good energy every day, and he's also looked very good in training. So I think that's almost like another transfer that we're making to bring in another top player for our team for this year.
You've had a few new signings come in. How are they all settling in at the moment?
Yeah, we made sure that in our recruitment process, that on the first line of evaluation, it was about the people that we bring in because we believe so strongly in the character of our team. And I think Victor, Orta, Andrea, and I have done a good job of evaluating these guys. Some of them I know from the past, but certainly even what for me, Mark Roca has brought in, Luis Sinisterra, are incredible young men who want the best for themselves and for the team and work hard every day and are humble, and they fit perfectly. So, and I think that the existing members of the team and some of the established members of the team have been really impressed with what all the new players have brought. So I think we're going to be vastly improved from a depth perspective. And I also think we can be improved from a quality perspective, from a starting 11, full squad, everything. So yeah, we're excited. We're excited.
Looking to get more signings coming through?
Yeah, I mean, we're not done. I'll give you a quick update on Rafinha. There's been distinct movement with Barcelona. We think that things will move along in the next day or two, but it's certainly not finished yet. But as much as it's really hard to lose Rafinha, and I will say this about Rafinha, if you think about a young man who was pretty much guaranteed to go on a reduced transfer fee, 100% to Barcelona, if we were relegated, and then you watch the performances and the commitment he had to making sure that the club was going to stay up, I think it'd be hard for any 23, 24-year-old person with that kind of pressure and that kind of opportunity to perform the way that he did. And we are so thankful. I had that very clear conversation with him that a big part for me of us considering to move him was the fact that he was so committed, that it made it easy for us to be very connected with what his goals in life and in his career are. So I'm hopeful for his sake. As much as it's hard to see him leave, I'm hopeful for him to get this deal done because I know it's his dream to play for Barcelona. So, and to be honest, with Calvin and with Rafinha, it allows us to take the club, I think, also the next steps we need to go in the future, so that hopefully the next time that we have a player like that, we can make them understand that logically, actually, the best option is to stay because we're pushing for big goals.
Just being on the Gold Coast as well, you would have noticed last night, plenty of rain around, not sort of what it's usually used to here.
Yeah,
sort of sunshine.
I heard you guys had a drought until like 2 weeks ago or something, right? Didn't seem like that yesterday.
Some, hot conditions sort of in playing in Brisbane where it's, open, good football to play at.
Well, we were just saying back home it's warmer than it is here, which is kind of funny in England. But facilities have been great. The people have been great. The hotel's been fantastic. The food's been amazing. The stadium is great. It sounds like we're going to have some great crowds. A lot of Leeds fans down here in Australia, connected a lot to the past of what the club has been. So for us, it fits perfectly, right? It's a real opportunity, I think, to have high energy training, high energy games, and to also enjoy the process of the hard work.
Great.
What's the extent of Junior's issue, and has it made you think about potentially strengthening at left back?
He's most likely out 8 weeks. We're hopeful that it's a little bit faster because Junior healed really quickly last time after the MCL injury. We're looking very closely at Leif Davis, and we think he's done really well. We have also other solutions like Pascal and potentially Jack. But in the whole process, we were always evaluating what we would need at that position. So obviously this highlights that a little bit more clearly, and we have time. So again, when it comes to recruitment, I believe that Victor Orta and Gabby Ruiz do an incredible job of looking around the world, understanding what the demands of the style of football that the manager wants to play, and then providing really good possibilities as to what those players could be and what the fits could be. So, yeah, I mean, we've had those discussions. It's been a fun transfer time because we're so aligned. I think the work that we've done as a club, the conversations, the conversations we've had with potential players to come to Leeds United, they've all been really well organized, really clear. Victor is an incredible recruiter in terms of the presentations he puts together for potential players and prospective people to be in our club. So, yeah, but we know we have still more to do, and I think we have the flexibility to get some still important players done.
Given the sheer number of attacks that went through Rafinha last season, maybe not an ideal scenario, do you feel you've got the players in place now to handle the responsibility between them for constantly attacking?
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, in an ideal world, would we have wanted to lose Calvin and Rafinha? No, but we also understood the realities of the situation and respected their wishes and dreams. But I think we're going to be stronger. I believe that. I believe that from a depth perspective and even from an understanding of exactly how we want to play, I think we're going to be stronger. And that will certainly be the goal, is to use this to help bring in the right kinds of players to move us forward.
Liam Cooper was training on his own yesterday. Is there a concern there? Or?
No, I think he's just got a little bit of an Achilles issue, and so we're just being cautious, take it day by day. He won't play tomorrow, but the rest of the group... Leo Helja also has a small calf contusion, so he won't play, but the rest of the roster that's here will be ready and prepared to play.
Yeah, and look, you're hunting for a striker who's been well documented. Are you any closer on that?
Yeah, it's a continued pursuit. We're hopeful on several targets, and we have our priorities. And the conversations have been really good. So we definitely are going to find one more striker, and I think that'll be important. And then I believe that, with also the consideration at left back, I feel like once we get a striker, we feel like we'll have a really sound, strong group.
And just quickly, I know you mentioned the new signings, but one I was particularly impressed with yesterday was Darko.
Yeah.
I thought he did really well in training.
Yeah.
I mean, was he giving you a bit of food for thought?
We were excited from the start about the possibility of adding him to the group, and now watching him live and seeing his mentality to improve, we're even more so. So, I would say with him, with Archie Gray, with Cree Somerville, with Sam Greenwood, and with Joffrey Gelhart, we have a core of really young, talented players that we think can be a big part of the future. So, and in general, if you would look at, we have this group of leaders that are somewhere around 30 years of age, and then we have this group that's like 20 to 25, and then we have this really young group. And so when you think about the progression of what the team and the club can become in the upcoming years, I think as a manager and the kind of football I like to play and the kinds of people I like to invest in, I feel like I'm in the perfect spot and really excited for what the future will hold.